Just to kind of catch up on events from yesterday, we received a call about 4:05 at Vaughan Foods, which is located at 216 Northeast 12th Street here in Moore, of an assault occurring inside the business. As officers were dispatched, it turned out they advised there was a stabbing and then gunshots. Officers arrived, treated it as a active shooter situation, secured the business where they found a female victim who was deceased, and a second victim who had also been stabbed, and then a third person who had been shot. Details of the incident: the suspect, Alton Nolan, 8/16 of 84, was an employee of Vaughan Foods. He had just been terminated, became angry, drove his vehicle, struck another vehicle, entered the main entrance of the business, where he encountered the first victim, identified as Colleen Hufford, 1/5 of 60, began assaulting her and ultimately killing her with a knife and severing her head. Nolan then began assaulting the second victim, identified as Tracy Johnson, 6/17 of 71, with the same weapon. Shortly after that, Mark Vaughan, who is the COO of Vaughan Foods, confronted Nolan and shot him, stopping the assault on Tracy. Both Nolan and Tracy were transported to the hospital and are now in stable condition. After conducting interviews with Nolan's co-workers, information was obtained and that he recently started trying to convert some co-workers to the Muslim religion. Based on some of those statements and due to the manner of death, we contacted FBI to conduct an investigation into Nolan and exactly what his background is.
You went in. Is it a security entrance, or did he have like a key card or something to make?
I believe you can. It's just an entrance to a business. It wasn't secured. You can just enter the business through that entrance.
Do we know why he was terminated?
I do not. No.
Has he had any sort of previous background in the half situation like this before, aggressive or attacking?
I do not have any information on his background at this time. No.
Now, Jimmy, how long he worked at Vaughan Foods?
I do not have that, but I can find that out for you.
Were the two female victims, were they just workers in the office? Do you believe it was random?
They were employees of the business. Their exact occupation there, I don't know. I can find that out also. But it did appear random. He wasn't targeting anyone. Wasn't going specifically after them. It appears they were just in his way as he came in.
So he was a production line employee at one time, therefore he had access to knives.
Correct. That's what his, he was a production line employee.
How many shots did the officer use to shoot?
That part is still, being that it is a shooting, that part is under investigation. As soon as I can release that, I will. But I don't have the exact, that part is still under investigation.
Now, how long has the officer been with the force?
That I also will find out. I don't have that. We're working with Oklahoma County to get all that information.
In regards to the weapon being fired, did he actually leave Vaughan Foods, go to his vehicle, and retrieve that rifle, or was he armed?
I don't have that exact information, but I know that he did not leave the business. So, but where he obtained the weapon, I don't have that. That also will be an investigation.
Could you describe Tracy Johnson's injuries?
She had numerous injuries, typical with knife wounds. Not any specifics in one area, it's just numerous knife wounds.
Did it appear that he was trying to behead her too?
Can't really say for sure what he was trying to do at that point, but he obviously was trying to kill her too.
What is her condition like?
She is in stable condition. It should be noted this off-duty deputy definitely saved Tracy's life. This was not going to stop if he didn't stop it. So, I mean, we are looking at him. He's obviously a hero in this situation. It's very tragic that someone did lose their life, but it could have gotten a lot worse. This guy definitely was not going to stop. He didn't stop until he was shot.
So he was in the process of stabbing?
He was still assaulting Tracy whenever he was shot.
Are employees allowed to go back to work today?
I believe the businesses are back open today, yes.
When when you say you brought in the FBI, are they taking over the entire case, or working in conjunction with you?
We're working in conjunction with the FBI. They're helping with that that type of background investigation. They have more of an expertise in those type of backgrounds than us as the Moore Police Department. We're handling the homicide investigation solely, and they're assisting us in the background of NOLA.
The fact that you brought up the Muslim part, is that something that they will also look into? Is that part of your?
That is something they're assisting us with.
Are you looking at a possible act of terrorism at all? Or, because I know you had said he was looking to possibly convert fellow coworkers to Muslim, and I know ISIS.
Just based on statements made by coworkers, that's what brought us to go ahead and contact the FBI just to get assistance on a background investigation in that nature. As far as specifics, that is under investigation, and I can't really comment on those. As soon as I can, I will.
Have investigators been able to talk to Nolan?
He apparently is, he's been in surgery last night. He is becoming more coherent now. As soon as he is able, we do have investigators and officers with him. He will be interviewed as soon as he is coherent enough to be interviewed.
The injuries to Colleen Ford were brutal, all things considered. How was he able, though, to sever her head with just a regular knife during this attack? I mean, this must have gone on for quite some time before Mark was able to come to the rescue.
The attack actually, we had officers on scene very quick. The attack, it didn't go on a long time. Exactly how the injuries occurred, I can't comment on that. That also, is part of the investigation on exactly what events transpired and how the weapon was used. But I do know our response, we were there within minutes of the call, and the deputy was in there within virtually seconds after he began assaulting the victims, or we would have had a lot more victims.
So now, were they in the same room, the two victims?
They were very close.
Police weren't called until after the shots were fired.
We were called whenever the first initial call was more of an out-of-control employee, but while on the phone, it escalated very quickly into stabbing and then shots fired. The shots had been fired before officers arrived.
So he was, by the time you got into the building, already down and
Correct.
the situation pretty much under control at that point.
Right. We didn't know that at that point. We considered it as an active shooting situation, but yes, the threat had already stopped once we arrived. Good.
Business operating kind of like work release programs?
As far as a business, I'm not sure where they get their employees or what type of programs they have, so I really can't comment on that.
But the business was aware of his criminal past.
I really can't comment on that either. I don't know how they do their background checks or anything like that. That's something our investigators will look at.